Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moletrap here, coming at you with another Brood War commentary. This is another game that was requested by one of my fans who said he'd give me a donation if I did some games he requested, and that's fine. So this is going to be a game between ggaemo and yeOngJae. Is I think how it might be pronounced, yeOngJae, or JYJ was what it said on the screen, but the video is labeled yeOngJae on Moktira's account, so I'm just gonna go with yeOngJae. yeOngJae, I gotta say, right off the bat, I know nothing about him. He's a relatively new player. I haven't been able to watch every Brood War game lately. I've been busy with packing and other stuff lately, so I haven't been keeping up much on Brood War. I do occasionally watch some Winners League games. I've been watching all the Star League games, of course, but haven't been really keeping up too much on the Winners League. So I don't know every player these days. yeOngJae, a new Terran player for SKT1 though, and he's going to be playing against ggaemo, who did he play for before? Why can I not remember? ggaemo is now on Air Force Ace, and this is a match between Ace and SKT, but for some reason it's like slipping my mind who ggaemo played for before. I don't remember. Maybe he played for MBC Game. I'm not sure. Anyway. Yes, so this is hopefully going to be another good game. The previously recommended game was absolutely awesome, so I'm digging the games that this guy's sending me. Hopefully this one's going to be pretty clever, pretty cool as well. This is a Terran versus Zerg, so which always has the potential for awesomeness. So we'll see what happens here. This is one of those new maps with the reverse ramp. This is I forgot the name of this map actually, but it seems like most of the maps these days are these reverse ramp maps. They decided, yeah, let's go back to reverse Lost Temple days and make it really hard to one base and all that. Although it's even hard to two base on this map. Anyway, on these kind of maps, but my point is as you can see right now, as this SCV is going over here, there's a ramp leading up out of your base into your natural expansion, and actually yeOngJae is not, he's actually walling in at the bottom of his ramp, which is really strange. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's really it's really strange that he's walling in at the bottom of his ramp. He's basically ceding control of the top of his ramp to his opponent, which can be very, very dangerous if they have any kind of ranged units. They can just shoot down at you, kind of thing. You know, it's not likely, but you know, if you went for like a lurker rush or something, it would really screw him over. Anyway, a little bit more important for Zerg, because Terrans obviously have all ranged units. So yeah, like I said, a little bit more important for Zerg. Anyway, he has gone for a quick pool, so he's gotten some Zerglings out to protect this new expansion, and that does make sense. I mean, you want to always be careful on a reverse ramp map because you can get stuck in your base like that. It makes sense to go for early pressure units instead of. And what is going on here? So he got some gas. And wow, is he going for some kind of a +1 rush? It looks like he got just enough gas for a +1 attack on his Marines, and then okay, that's kind of weird. And then switched off gas, and now he's got SCVs back on gas. So I have no clue what's going on with yeOngJae right now at all. His SCV is trying desperately to get into the Zerg's base to see what ggaemo is doing, but gets shut down. Anyway, ggaemo, by the way, I haven't been keeping up with him lately since he's moved to Ace, but he used to be a decent player. He used to be a relatively decent player. He could win some games off some decent people sometimes. And so both players really denying the scout on each other actually at this point. yeOngJae is also not letting anything into his base. He's got that wall set up so he can't even see all the Marines, because the Marines are scattered around the map, or around the base rather, and there the speed upgrade is kicked in for the Zerglings, so he shuts down yet another scouting SCV. Anyway, there's Marines around his base to keep Overlords from scouting, and there's also there's also just a couple Marines at his front door to keep the Zerglings back, so that he can't even see what the whole army composition is. He doesn't know if there's factories in the background ready to unleash some speed upgraded vultures or anything. He doesn't know if there's expansion. But either way, he's going to have mutas here pretty quick, and they are definitely going to be, at the very least, able to scout what is going on, although hopefully the mutas will do more than scout for ggaemo. ggaemo, by the way, is most famous in my mind off the top of my head. I'm like, what has ggaemo done? Well, what he's done is he's the guy that had all those Hydralisks blown up by one mine in that epic game against someone. I don't remember who. I'm sure someone else remembers, but it was like a Pimpus play or highlight or whatever. Or the one mine went off and killed all his Hydras. The spider mine, that is. Anyway, yes, this is a spider mine, in case those of you were thinking that he suddenly was playing Warcraft 3 and a gold mine blew up on him. Anyway, so mutas are out now. Mutas are out, and he's for some reason not grouping them especially well. That's really weird. He has that muta kind of running around there. Turrets are going to go up exactly in time. He has the comsets actually, so even though he couldn't get his SCV in there, he was able to comset and see the quick spire and know what was kind of going on. And wow, single, what the frick? Single, is that a single Mutalisk? Or is that his group? Was he just scouting with that mutas? Okay, that was really strange. He was just scouting with a single muta. Very strange play by ggaemo. Anyway, I think ggaemo was ggaemo or Hoja that also did some clever stuff on that. Oh, I'm so out of the practice here. I keep forgetting the names of maps. I think it was Destination, yeah, with the minerals in the background. And he used Burrow to squeeze Zerglings through the minerals and stuff like that. Anyway, he's doing some pretty good micro with these. Well, never mind. He's doing horrible micro with the Mutalisks now. He was doing pretty well, but then he stopped firing and started taking major damage from those Marines. Fortunately for him, yeOngJae wasn't stimming into those mutas too terribly well, so he wasn't taking as much damage as he could have. He's grouping up a lot of Mutalisks there, and actually, ggaemo could be in big trouble right now. Ooh, loses a Mutalisk. He could be in big trouble. He doesn't really have much defense, and there's basically a huge one base plus one attack rush coming at his base right now, and he's gone for so much tech. He doesn't have a lot of minerals. It's going to be hard for him to produce sunken colonies to hold this off, and for some reason yeOngJae is pausing in his assault to, I guess, regroup with some more Marines and such. I'm not sure why he's not continuing to press forward a little bit more. He's got a major advantage here, but he's giving him time to get lots of sunken colonies up, basically. He's already got one up. He's getting a second, I believe. And yeah, he might need a third at this point. He's got his third hatchery in his base, and yeah, here comes some more drones to come out and make a third sunken colony is what it looks like. And he's gotten the speed upgrade for his... What is going on here? Marines charging in, trying to kill off these sunken colonies before the third one gets up. He might be able to kill off the sunks at least, but the Mutalisks are trying to hold him off. Do some major damage here. The Marines have broken through the sunken line, though. The Mutalisks cannot engage directly. The third sunken goes down. If he can get some Zerglings out or something to go in with an attack with these Mutalisks, he could probably take it out. Actually, is starting to micro well, finally starting to micro against these Marines. He might be able to take out the Marines with just the Mutalisks if he micros properly, but if he loses a hatchery in the meantime, it's going to be horrible. He's coming in with some Zerglings and the Mutalisks. There's just a few Marines left, but there are Marines moving across the middle of the map to try and reinforce this. The medics are going to go down very quickly. He's got Zerglings as well, so I think that, wow, ggaemo actually holds. And ggaemo, actually looking back at that, ggaemo holds off with no drone losses, or minimal drone losses. He only lost a couple drones, other than the ones he turned into sunken colonies, obviously. So he's actually not in as horrible of a position as you would expect, because this is pretty much an all-in attack by yeOngJae. Well, not all in, but it's a major, like, one base attack. He didn't expand and then get this. He went for one base, a one base strategy. So they're pretty much actually even on economy at this point, because even though ggaemo doesn't have a lot of drones, he's got a second base. Now, unfortunately, he does have +1/+1 attack and 1 armor on those Marines, actually, which is going to make them really effective against the unupgraded units of ggaemo. I don't think he even has an Evo chamber right now. I don't know if he's upgrading the Spire units either. Like, maybe +1 armor might help on his Mutalisk, but usually not gotten unless you're really going to persistently go for lots of mutas. Anyways, now it's his turn. He's killed off that main army barely as it breached his expansion, and so now it's his turn to kind of do some harassment here. He's still making more mutas, it looks like, to join up with that clump, and now he's finally going to try and expand behind it. Now he's getting science vessels out. Once he gets, an irradiate in the bank, then the Mutalisks will pretty much be nullified, because then he'll have a second vessel out, etc., etc. Anyway, armory is... Why does he have an armory out? I'm not sure why he has an armory out at this point. Is he planning on switching to Goliaths or something? I don't know. But Hydralisks are out now, and what that means is that Lurkers are going to be coming soon. He's probably got his Lurker upgraded, finished or almost finished, which is going to be really nice against these Marines. It's going to mean that his Mutalisks are going to be less effective when their Radiate comes out, but then he's going to have his own Lurkers to deal with the Medic Marines instead. Of course, then the Lurkers can get irradiated as well, so then we're going to turn into pretty much standard kind of back and forth thing there. Anyway, yeah, so yeOngJae is pushing out with another group of Marines here in the middle of the map. He's going to be expanding behind this as well. The command center is almost finished. And was that was a Valkyrie. That's why he got the armory. How did I not realize that? How did I not realize that he was going to get Valkyries? Oh my goodness, he's gone for Valkyries instead of science vessels. Here comes the Valkyries. He's got 2 Valkyries out now. He's going to try and pick off those Mutalisks, and that is actually can be really super effective when you have Valkyries above Marines, because the Mutalisks can run in, or the Scourge can run in and kill off those Valkyries pretty easily. But if you try and run in Mutalisks above Marines, they're going to slaughter, absolutely slaughter the Mutalisks. Same thing for Scourge. Scourge do not get anywhere close to anything that's above Marines. So this could be really effective here. He's gotten that second base up as well, which he's got to worry about protecting, though. His forces are out of position, and ggaemo is going for a counterattack. He sees it. He's running back. He's going to try and get some hits off on those Mutalisks. The Mutalisks have to get away from those Valkyries, but he burrows a single Lurker, which scares off those Marines. It's in actually a really nice position. He's going down. He's going to try and get those Lurkers on top of the ramp, and this is where the reverse ramp is really killer. 3 Valkyries are out now. They're kind of on their own, though, which is very dangerous because they could easily get scourged. It looks like he's just going to sack his natural expansion. yeOngJae is going to sack his natural expansion for now. It's probably floating right now. And just try and hold off in his main and go for a counterattack instead. What are you doing, Valkyries? No! Valkyries get owned by Scourge. Why did you have your Valkyries away from Marines? I thought he was going to regroup his Valkyries with the Marines outside of ggaemo's main base. That would have been the smart thing to do, but instead he's getting owned because now he has no Valkyries, so the Mutalisks can help out with the attack. Tons of Lurkers in his natural expansion, and this is why Science Vessels would have been better, because Science Vessels can actually do something against these Lurkers. Medic Marines now pushing in a natural expansion, though, going for sort of a base trade. Oh, the tank goes down! The tank was his only hope against these Lurkers! Lurker's going to work on everything inside of his main base. This is absolutely insane, but ggaemo is losing his natural expansion as well. He's going to lose his Hydralisk Den. He's getting up a 3rd base in the sort of bottom left area to try and replace that, but in the meantime, he's got tons of stuff in yeOngJae's natural, in his main base rather now. He's desperately trying to get up a bunker. He's got a tank out now in a vessel, so he might be able to slowly hold this off with his buildings lifted, because there's not going to be any reinforcements because his main is in tatters. Scan goes off. That may be his last scan. He needs to kill off that Lurker. The Lurker goes down, but no, there's more Lurkers in the back, and he's probably forced to... No, he's still got 1 scanner. His command center is not lifted yet. He's got 1 more scan to possibly kill off some Lurkers. He's keeping that vessel back at home to deal with these other Lurkers, and the Lurkers somehow go down. It looks like he got too greedy with his Lurkers, and instead of keeping them camped out by the minerals, he actually sent them down to that bunker and lost them, and ggaemo's like, what? What happened to my Lurkers? Where'd they go? Oh my gosh. I mean, the vessel and the tank and everything helped as well. Now there's Lurkers in the main are unburrowing to try and... I'm not sure where they're planning on going, actually. There's still Medic Marines camped on the top of his ramp. Look at this. Everything is burning. He's saved most of his SCVs, actually. ggaemo didn't do the best job of killing off those SCVs with his Lurkers. So the SCVs are now gone back to mining. He still has no expansion, though. And ouch. Oh man, that hurt. That hurt to watch. There's a lot of Marines going down. Look at this. A few SCVs desperately trying to repair the skeleton crew of units that yeOngJae has managed to keep alive. He's going to be able to force back these Lurkers, but no, maybe not. Oh, he scourges the vessel. Oh no, and yeOngJae is not happy about that. That was his only vessel. He doesn't even have a control tower right now. I don't know if he even has a science facility floating somewhere. So This is not good at all. He's going to keep that lurker. Oh, the lurker goes down. He's going to build another comset station, so he's actually going to be okay as far as detection goes. There's the